What was I? Oh yeah, I was thinking getting over here, digging down the edge. Okay. Move all this shit over then, I guess. Feel like my sprint speed could be a little faster. Should probably finish cleaning up that edge first. So, what are you giggling about? Well, you should at least know why. That's just sad. Okay. Of course. Uh-huh. You can bring us that's where the parenting technique's different. I'm gonna explain it to you that it's gonna be too hot, and then if you go, oh, but I can still, okay, knock yourself the fuck out, and if you open your goddamn mouth about it after the fact, duct tape. You know, you had all the opportunities, and that's, you know, got everything off that edge. Kind of. Figure if we can, like, get this wall clean. Oh, do you? Just lots of digging to go around. Yeah, you had it almost to the wall here. Just figure if we can get that wall clear kind of thing, and then push it. And then just, you know, kind of push it along this wall and throw the other excavator down where, or even both of them side by side or whatever, throw them kind of down where you were plowed out, just kind of cut like a clean strip back that way into the green, and then just move over and do a strip, do a strip, do a strip, just then we can keep kind of pushing it back and cleaning it up so it's not this digging into the fucking depths, not knowing what's clear and what's not. All I got out of that? Can't tell me. I guess I do kind of have it clear there. Okay. Who did what to your feelings? Feel what thing? Oh. Oh, that's not bad, because kind of needs, we need to get fuel and shit from gas stations for that other counter, so. I figure now that we kind of got this wall clear, kind of how I was pushing it down there, if we just keep pushing it this way and clean it right up, and we can just dig along the wall going back this way and keep backing up with the excavator, and just keep kind of cutting a clear path out, then just move over and take another slice, another slice, another slice. The big ass I mean, well, I could do that all the same. Just dig, throw it down in the pit and just start digging that way and scoop and dump. It's not like we don't have room for a. It's not like we don't have room for a truck to park down here beside it. Yeah, now that there's an achievement for it, I gotta start using fast travel. That's each their own thing to begin with. I've never cared for it really ever across games. So. Well, we're really park this truck that I can actually reach into it, I think. So I'm just turning all the way around, which sucks ass, but kind of working in the crevice we made now. It's about only so many places to put it. Oh. It's too... Okay, can I rotate this way? Nope. Okay. Literally have to dig the sides out so I can rotate. Rotate here now. Not fucking really. God damn it. That'd be a good plan if it wasn't for the fact kind of stuck in a crevice now. Now can I rotate? Good enough. So the trip's not a family trip, it's a family trip. It was a vacation, and then it wasn't. Less of a family outing. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, well, part of your trip while you're down there, just include, make sure you include a couple extra days where it's just you guys that can fuck off and, maybe go somewhere a little separate for a little trip at a trip for a couple of days. Just, even if it's just down the way a little bit, at least, have the privacy of the aspect or something. Nope. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. You want something to do as well. Yeah, I get you. But you can't. Yeah. But you let it get away with you. Now you're here. And make sure you don't include everybody else and their cousins. It'll be it'll be a last second. Oh, by the way, we're going away next week. What? Oh, that's good. You mean Durga Durga Land? I didn't stutter. In Durga Durga Land? It's Toronto. It's Ontario. It's Durga Durga Land. Oh, sorry. I mean, well, I mean that, and it's also in India too. Not, So I mean, because it's no longer Canada, but whatever. I'm throwing it in where I can. I don't give a fuck. I'm not sorry too. Anytime I do stuff on the side, I fucking I have a policy that always applies to those people. I'm not sorry because they have this. Oh, but come on. They want this deal, want this price, want this whatever. But they're the same people that'll turn around and fucking make their own little deals with everybody of their kind, but they'll turn around and charge the next person double, right? I give them the same fucking treatment back. You start haggling, your price triples, and I have it right in my fucking any of my agreements for the work I do or whatever. It's right in there. You start haggling, or prices are subject to change at any time. You've signed it. Prices will up to triple, and you've already acknowledged that. I'm not sorry, I'm just... Fucking the worst thing ever was, Oh, I can tell a few fucking stories, but, I'll just skip that, and one of the worst things is after a good chunk of these stories, when, it came to me doing other things for, some of these rental places and shit. Oh, fucking hell. It's, oh, but, they'll fucking sit there and whine and complain about absolutely fucking everything they can because they're trying to get a fucking deal on the place. Meanwhile, they're secretly packing in fucking 3 extra families into the fucking closets kind of thing, and it's like... it got to the point where at this one building, I specifically started taking the dog to work with me because of, how they view dogs. Oh, that was fucking fun. You'd watch them, I'd walk in and you'd watch them fucking scatter. I took the not friendly one too, so there was lots of growling. I figure if we just kind of keep backing up and pushing it this way. This thing's out of fucking fuel though. I'm gonna have to teleport it away and teleport it back. I think a lot of our shit's kind of getting a little empty. Empty and abused, almost like we were throwing it at a pit last night, Poor fucking dozer. Whee! Clunk! I was expecting to have like the tooth hooked or something, but as I spun around, I only saw it for like a quick glance, but it looked like you just had the whole bucket like right down in the fucking box. That was always one thing about equipment. Yes, okay, it's made to do the job, but oh no, you gotta do this. You gotta like smack it down and pack it in. And nope, you can. You're gonna beat the shit out of your equipment, and then when it breaks, it's your problem. But if I beat the fuck out of your equipment, you're gonna turn around and go, oh, you can't be so rough on it, even though you're the one that just like set it on fire 5 minutes ago. Like, That seems to work good. Fucking just kind of scoop it up like this and... Now that we got an actual pit started, we can kind of just keep cutting the edges away. Real question is, why is there not an option for us to go hire 3 Mexicans with shovels? You know, should be done instantly. Yeah, where is the Home Depot? Like, we gotta... It's kind of my point, like, where do we find these, you know? Shore this up again with the dozer. Yeah, like that works wonders. Fucking scooped out the edges like that, and just shore it up with the dozer every once in a while and keep digging. Like we've already gotten 3% compared to yesterday. Okay, make use of the fast travel. Fill this up with gas. Fix it. You know what I'm not looking forward to? Concrete. Yeah, imagine what the concrete's gonna be though. Fuck. Like for this one? Yeah, we got the biggest buckets, sadly, I think. Get what you mean, though. Like I said, you could always try renting a wheel loader and fucking hop it in the pit with the truck. And worst case scenario, you just, you know, go back to what you were doing before if you find it doesn't work well. If it does work well, then there you go. Yep. I just hate them having to do full fucking turns to, oh no, what's wrong with me? There we go. Just hate them having to do full turns to dump into the truck. Keep forgetting it doesn't just save you. Is that, like... Yep, buy the wrong one. I'll push it in the hole. You can go to your sell option. Should be able to sell just like the trucks. Or empty or something. We'll dump it in a truck. I'll see how much came up and then... Here's the bang, bang, bang. I hold the Y, and the fucking excavator's like on its side almost. Oh. Oh. Mm. Okay. Alright, and do a full excavator scoop. So you got more out of the loader bucket if they were both full. Not a whole lot more, but you got a little more, like an extra $100 worth. You got like 9 some for this, you got 1,000 and some for the other. So yeah, if you park one down there with the loader and just kind of zigzag down there, might not be too bad. Oh, getting down there is pretty easy. You'll tip in as soon as I keep pushing. I'm aware. That's why I just backed up till it stopped me. That definitely makes digging it out nicer too. Fucking dig as much as possible out, and then fucking hop in the dozer like this and kind of push it back and shore up the banks again. It clears it up down here so there's not all the little debris, and then just a nice firm bank you can dig off again. I feel like you just kind of jump it in the same way. One second before you jump down here. There you go. You can jump in. I'll just get the dozer kind of off to the side and shit, so it's you got some room to park the truck and turn your loader to dump. We do. Oh, didn't know that. That's exactly what I think I'm going to change mine to. Yeah, but did you leave yourself room enough to scoop and turn around, or you're just going to scrape the sides? Yep. Well, I guess I'm basically just going to keep cutting this straight back and connect it, and once I get to the edge, I'll turn around, I'll cut the other way. Be nicer once I'm kind of out of this pit in general too, but Yeah, let's see if that's close enough or not in a second. Not even remotely. I wonder why that whole fucking wall kind of just caved in. Interesting. Alright, I gotta turn all the way this way because of the fucking dirt wall. My grandfather's had this hernia that he was supposed to get looked at long ago. And what turned out to happen was, I guess it was, oh yeah, we'll send you, you know, we'll send the form through to the, you know, proper office kind of thing, and we'll send it through and, you know, whatever, and get you booked, and you'll get, you know, get an appointment. And then it, you know, some time would go by, he'd go back for other things, and then it was, oh yeah, okay, we'll send another thing through, oh yeah, okay, we'll send another thing through, and he kind of finally asked them, you know, this is like over a year down the line, and meanwhile his friend had one taken care of. Yeah, it was like 4 months, and you know, fucking from the point he initially went in to get on the list, go in, have it done, blah blah blah, whatever, and fucking it wasn't even 4 months, but he so he asked, he's like, you know, is there, you know, something else I gotta do, or this, that, whatever, you know, no, we'll send you through again. Well, actually, maybe go to the front reception and just ask them what office you were actually, you know, forwarded to, kind of thing, and maybe you can check with them and, you know, kind of see why it's taking extra long. And okay, so he goes out there. What referral? So that went on. Yeah, so that went on. And finally, okay, so he finally gets it all sorted out, and this is summer of last year, and finally gets it all figured out. And the guy said, well, I guess it was more like fall, but and the guy says, oh yeah, it's 4 to 6 months. And okay, so get everything looked at and squared away, whatever. And the guy says, yeah, 4 to 6 months, then you'll get called in and do this, do that. My grandfather kind of looked at him and was like, I live on an acreage out of town. Like, you know, I'd rather not have this done in the middle of winter and not be able to climb up on the tractor, kind of thing, and, you know, clear snow and this and that. And Well, if that's, if it comes to that and your name cycles up on the list, we can always, note that down and then kind of just, if it's in that period of, time frame, we can just kind of bump you and reset you on the list kind of thing. Not a big deal. And yeah, I could do that. And then fucking, but he figured they'd call him and say, oh, hey, do we keep you on the list or do we, bump you out, down or whatever, depending, if it's a good time for you to have it done or not. And I guess they just kind of bluntly took him at his word and just, oh, there's his name, there's the note, and fucking whoop, down to the bottom again. He's like, probably would have, at this point I probably would have let them fucking just deal with it so it was over with, and so on and so on. Oh, well, you gave them the option to bump you, so. That he's on some hormone treatments for cancer again and stuff too, so then he was getting worried about that because it was coming up to the time frame to discuss what meds he's on and this and that, and whether or not they want to keep him on that as things are changing, or if they want to change him to something else, this and that. So he was thinking about that too, and he's like, fuck, I should have just let them do it, because if they change things around, who says I can go get this dealt with again then, right? Like, I'm like, well, I kept telling you, fucking, but he won't ask for the, he won't ask for the help kind of thing, and I kept telling him, I was like, you got free labor. I don't do anything during the day, like, you have free labor. You don't even have, like, I know you want to be, I know he wants, it's that, but I'm like, I know he wants to be hands-on with everything and do this and do that, and I'm like, but again, like, you can sit there on a stool and point, like, can be as specifically done as you'd like. Sit on the stool and point. I think so. We've went up a couple percent. We're making our percentage is going up more often, way more often than it was last night, because now we got an actual solid system of approach, I think. So I think this would work, because I can see the progress as I'm backing up here, so. Ooh. In the microwave? Oh, leftovers from the other day. Never mind. Understood. No, that's acceptable. I was envisioning somebody else I play with that was just going to be like, I'm going to throw this in the microwave. It's like, that's not how you cook it. Most cases. You. To reheat it? Sure. To cook it? No. That's where the issue was coming up. This man lives off of this man I'm referencing lives off of brats and frozen pizzas, so I mean, I can't do those. They're just all, I just feel like, oh, you visibly look like you've made a good dent over here. No, I don't know, they all feel so phony. I mean, they are all phony, but that's kind of not the issue, really. I mean, it is, but it isn't. I have no idea. I haven't had any of those for years. Fair enough. For me, it's more so when it comes to grocery shopping. For me, there's two ways I go about it. I either go in there and I have like a set specified, I want to make this throughout the, time frame, and I plan to be able to make, depending how long until I want to go, back into the city. Like, if I know I'm going to be coming back into the city next week, then I grab a week's worth of stuff. Aside other stuff I stock up on, but grab a week's worth of stuff, and then, if it's something that I know I'm going to, it's like, oh, I got no reason to come back, then maybe I'll grab 2 weeks worth of stuff, whatever. But I go in with like a set idea of I want to make this, and this is how long it's gonna, play out. So, I plan accordingly for that. But that, or I go in and I couldn't decide what I wanted to make, so I just stroll the aisle, so to speak, and oh, that's on sale, or oh, that looks like a good thing I could make into this, kind of thing. And I'll walk down the aisle and I'll do it that way. I'll just be like, okay, there's day 1, there's day 2, okay, I can get like 3 days out of this, I'll just plan it out that way. So it all depends. I either go in like I wanted to make this and I start with that kind of basis, or I have like a list, not a physical, but like I have like a list as an idea, or I go in and it's just a total crapshoot of like, I don't know what I want. So it's like, okay, I'll grab, this for, that'll be that. I'll grab this, that'll be that. And I'll just kind of pick items until I've reached a time length. Like last time I didn't know what I wanted. Went in and I grabbed, didn't quite know what I wanted, and I wandered up and down, and then I grabbed some sausages and some eggs, and then I fucking, after that I ended up grabbing some, I don't know what to call them, because they're not quite like a, what do you call it? They're not quite like a smoky, but they're kind of like a brat / smoky thing. I don't know. But grabbed some of that, and then a shit ton of pierogies, because there was a bunch of different really good homemade style pierogies on sale and stuff. So I grabbed all that stuff. Like this time, I've been debating, so I think I gotta go tomorrow or the next day, and I've been debating what I want to get. I'm trying to think if there's any recipes. I think I might grab some stuff to make some spaghetti with a meat sauce of some kind. Past that, I don't know what I want. Garlic butter. Ghost pepper ranch. I don't know why I never care for the peppercorn. My thing when it comes to the, I don't know, I hear hot honey, and I'm aware that's not what it is. And I've had it, don't get me wrong, but I hear hot honey and my brain goes, no. Because I just picture like hot honey. And sweet and spice, and it's like, I like sweet, I like spicy, but if you give me like a sweet, okay. It was just not it wasn't the honey you had expected. There's a little bit of sweet once my mouth caught sensation. It got back to, having sensation again. being involved with all these, you know, little foreign girls or whatever. I don't know. I like my spice and my heat. Don't bother me any. Oh yeah, it's hot. I get what you mean. Oh yeah. I basically broke a fucking tooth, and I had it in like, just like half was gone, half was there, and I still like had the wound and everything, you know. And I had some, and I just didn't think about it because I normally like the spice or whatever. Fucking and it was somebody I was working with at the time. I kept going to lunch with every once in a while, and it was we get there, and he liked this one spot, so I didn't care. We just kept going there, and fucking he you know, oh, what the, oh, and you like a plain, and you like it spicy, right? Yeah, spice is good. I didn't, well, I mean, it's not like I hadn't had it before, but I didn't fucking think anything about it, and fucking took a couple bites of it, and fucking I'm sitting there. I must have looked like fucking death, because it went right down in that fucking hole, and did it fucking burn. I was like, I could feel I was red. I could feel the heat radiating out of my fucking legs, even. Like, you know, like I was burning. The fucking the coworker and the fucking staff, the two of them were just looking at me like, I've never seen you have an issue with spice before. I'm sitting there just kind of looking at them, like, trying to overcome it for a second. Fucking, I looked at them, I'm like, I forgot I got a half a tooth missing, and I just kind of like packed all that spice, just went right in that fucking open hole kind of thing. Ooh. They both had the same facial expression, like, ooh. I fucking, I don't know what I had to drink. I downed whatever, and I just went and got more water, and just started fucking, it was like, take a bite, flush it out, take a bite, flush it out. Like, we'd been there enough. Like, the guy came back, and he goes, how you doing? He was an Asian dude. How you doing with this? You know, fucking, oh, it's good. It's always good. Just like I said, I fucking, you know, got the wound, and I just wasn't thinking about having the spice like normal, and fucking, you know, we can give you something else, no charge, no problem. We can you hear lots. We can make you a different dish. No, I made my bed. I'm gonna lay in it. At this point, I was like halfway through. I'm like, no, I made my bed. I'm gonna lay in it. No, no problem. We make so. He's like trying to take it from me. I'm like ready to stab him with a fork. No. No, we really make you no spice. You hear lots, no problem. Fucking good customer. You know, we really make no problem. No, I made my bed. I'm gonna lay in it. It's all good. It's not like you did. It's not like you did anything fucking wrong. Like. Fucking, every once in a while he'd you know, come out and fucking, you know, hand us a, you know, little dessert thing or whatever, no charge too. And he comes out, he hands a little dessert thing or whatever, then cut out from behind him. He pulls out, he's got a popsicle. He went next door, got a popsicle. He goes to hand it to me. I was fucking dying laughing. I really did appreciate that though at that point. I fucking put it right. I froze that tooth. It hurt doing it, but I fucking put it right on that tooth and just froze it. The pain was kind of some sort of balance out at the same time. And then I fucking went home. Because then, of course, like, I can feel my I could feel my pulse through my whole body, right? Like fucking, it hurt. I went home and I fucking grabbed some clove oil on the way back, going back home, and I fucking grabbed grabbed a bottle of clove oil, and I fucking normally, you know, you take I don't know if you ever use that stuff, but you take a Q-tip and you put it in, you get a drop kind of thing, and all you do is you kind of drop it on that spot wherever you're having an issue, and it just numbs it out kind of thing, kind of like an Oragel or whatever. I don't know, I don't think that stuff ever worked, but fucking, but same concept, just numbs that right out. And I fucking, you know, did that, little drop, waited a bit, wasn't making much of a difference, little drop, waited a bit, wasn't making much of a difference, and fucking, it was just, of course, after the, you know, the hot, the cold, the everything, and generally hurting in the first place, and it's just fucking pounded and pounded, and I fucking went back over there, and I picked up the little vial, and just fucking swigged it, fucking used, you know, ran it through my mouth like mouthwash, and spit it out. Holy fuck. Fucking everything's numb, couldn't talk, nothing. Just sitting there. Oh, you're not supposed to get that shit on like your, you know, your cheeks, your tongue, your gums, or whatever, right? It's a numbing thing. And slightly puffy and numb. As I was sitting there, remember getting online. And fucking, I sent a message when I joined who I was playing with. They're like, yeah, I ain't gonna be talking much, you know, whatever. And somebody said something, and what was going on, it was something that kind of warranted an answer, and I didn't want to stop and fucking type it either, because I was in the middle of something on my end, and I was just like, it's kind of all that came out, fucking. Like, hey, okay, well, like, not sure what he said, but I understand why he ain't talking. At that point, I'm in front of him doing little fucking, you know, my equivalency of hand signals with my character in front of him teabagging. Dropping. I don't remember what we were playing. I'm dropping pieces and like teabagging it, looking at him, looking at it, looking at him, you know. That's what you need. Pick it up. Starts walking away, shoot him in the back of the head, you know. No friendly fire, but, you know, at least you hear the hit still. Fucking shoot him in the back of the head, turn around, bring him back, looking at it, teabag. Fucking, this is what you need. Don't mind me rubbing my nuts across it. Let me get stuck on everything again. Alright, I move the fucking truck away, because I move the excavator back. Pizza fighting back. Somebody pressed an extra button on the microwave, did they? No, I liked the old Pokemon games, but that just feels like a sin. No, I will compare the two. That just feels, I don't know. I looked at Pal World, and I'm like, I feel that getting really stupid really fast. However, I do like that, you know, it normalizes slavery and, you know, forcing animals to mate with humans. Like I said, it was, yeah, I don't think that one could ever even warrant a try me thing, and I'm fairly open-minded. I don't think that one could warrant a try me. Minus racing games, that's just a hard pass. It's the open-minded portion. What? Well, you know, that's basically what it is. It's rip-off Pokemon mixed with fucking every random survival game possible and fucking Coden and it's Pokemon mixed with a bunch of random survival games and fucking some sort of fucking I don't know, fucking automation building game. Just it's just a sin. But that's fine. It's a sin you love, and that's okay. I did, however, get your No Man's Sky onto my list. Why? I mean, different spectrums, but alright. I mean, every game's a hybrid of fucking something now. Why is that? Oh yeah, it's just infinitely procedurally generated, isn't it? I mean, big isn't an issue. It's basically just a survival game, isn't it? There's not really any... Yeah, I was just saying, there's not really any, like, mission to it, so... What does the story amount to? You've never followed it. Why is that? I mean, I don't really care. If it's something that's going to be more of a survival thing, then I'm not really worried about the story. If it's something I was playing for a story, then that'd be a different case. That part's kind of easy to gather. So we started with amnesia? Oh, okay then. Ah, so we're not real. So based off of it being compared to other games in the past, is this one of those games where you build a base and it's there forever, or is it one of those you build a base and you pick it up and you kind of just replace it where you go? Yeah. Okay. I'm sure it has a. I'm sure it has a. I'm sure it has a decay timer to some degree. Then they'd have to. Let's use all hail. Now, is it locked or is it open to? Okay. Let's say at that point I'll go back to fucking Ark. So that they can use it, they just can't drain you of resources and destroy the place. But you can steal from each other. See, I'd be the person that would just when you get to the kind of things in that where it's, you gotta get the bigger, the badder, the whatever. I'm usually the person that evolves into making the weirdest Ford Pinto you've ever seen, and that just becomes my life. What? That's what I mean, though. That's what it results to. It's like I don't need the big fucking. It becomes the weird, like, oh, I don't need the, same luxury apartment everybody in GTA went and got. I'm the person that has, like, some weird fucking, alley lot guarded by a hobo. Like... Yeah. Yeah, it just teleports friends near you. See, I'm the person that if I'm playing it survival style and not for the story kind of thing, I'm the person that when it's those kinds of games, I just hop in a ship and fucking set it to autopilot for 6 hours in a direction and come back later. That's sad. No, no, I mean like for the exploring before I settle kind of thing. Oh, how do we explain this? That's the problem. It's your job. Yeah. Yeah. 3 days. I get you. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm the person I'd load in and just decide I'm gonna go somewhere that somebody else fucking isn't for the, maybe not so much to this extent, but not being, something directly PvP, but yeah, I'm the person that would load into something like that and fucking, alright, we're gonna set this here, it says 3 days, we're just gonna start fucking flying, and then, just let it sit here and AFK for a while. I was bad for that in Minecraft, fucking explore the map, go out, explore the next map, explore another map, explore another map, explore another map. Then all of a sudden I've uncovered like a 3x3 of maps, finally decided where I'm going to live there, I started expanding the map ring again, and suddenly I live 8 maps away. Then somebody else comes on and it's just like, oh yeah, by the way, I've moved. Like I said, definitely give it a try. look at that. I got a whole thing. I got a whole thing done. Little bit of cleanup still, but Really? It has lights. They're lit up. Well, not during the day. Once. No, yeah, they just simply don't work during the day in this game. Look at that percentage. Slowly but surely it's climbing. Ah, you made a pretty good dent down there. Hey, it's all coming out of there. That's all that matters. I'm just magic. I have the magic bucket. Do you? Yep. Too bad I can't Oh, there you go. Welcome back. Well, welcome to your life for today. Well, we're going double the pace we were last night, so... Board quit. You having fun down there? Slowly. Remember when we just had a tiny little pit that barely fit the dozer? Now look where we got to. Nope. Not even close. Try to firm up your banks. as well go refill this thing. dig. hop like such a wonderful little bunny. My character hops like such a wonderful little bunny, just right up the side of the hill. I'm surprised the other one hasn't returned. Oh, you mentioned you're waiting for the fiance to get home. Out gallivanting. That's not usually ever a good term. Not necessarily in a bad way, you know what I mean? It never amounts to anything good, you know what I mean? All of a sudden there's shopping bags, or there's, you know, a black baby, or... Sorry, it was just the, you know, oh, there's the shopping bags, or there's, you know, a black baby, and oh, that's exactly what she's out doing to the shopping bags part. Then after a second, I was like, well, that's all that came through your mind was just like a little, you know. It really don't concern me, like, you know. If I only knew half the story. Oh, I'm ready for story time. Okay. You Alright, well, I'll save the story time for just a second, because I'm gonna write something out to somebody here. But so far you've started with, you know, her mom married a black guy, and I'm just like, considering the way you say it, I'm just assuming this is like, you know, back in the day, and also, you know, in an area that was maybe just a little, you know, can you show me the way to town, sir? Back the way you came. Okay, give me a second here. You finish your chewing. I'm gonna write this out, and then I can listen to the story time here. So the reason I have to write something out. The person that rented the trailer, I didn't think much of it, because I was standing right there, so I kind of just, you know, absent-mindedly half hooked him up, and you know, because I cleaned out the plug, because the light didn't come on, and so I cleaned out the plug and fucking plugged them in. While I was sitting there, I just kind of ting, 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 hooked everything on, and yeah, just the normal comment of, oh yeah, make sure you check it out. I just hooked it up for you, but make sure you check it out of your own, comfort level kind of thing. And I didn't think much of it. There was no reason to at this point. So he sends me a thing here, and he goes, "Oh, is anybody gonna be around when I draw?" No, because I just don't want to deal with people, an extra time that I don't have to. So unless there's something wrong, and unless there's some sort of issue, which there's only ever been once, I usually just give them the whole fucking, I'm not gonna be around, and fucking that kind of thing. You could just drop it and go, because, well, what is, we did all the info stuff and the payment on pickup, right? So I mean, like, I don't need to be standing there. So it's just, fucking, no, there's no other reason for me to go out there, right? And and then people could just drop it there, and whatever. Worst case scenario, the odd time people drop it in kind of a dumb spot or like half out on the street, and I just, next time I go outside, I just tug onto it and move it a few feet over. Like, my other truck's parked right in front of it, so I mean, but anyway, so I was just saying, I'm not gonna be around. And he goes, if I come later at this time, would somebody be around? I'm like, no, I'm just not gonna be around. Is there an issue? Oh, I just, I don't know how to unhook it. I was just like, oh, okay. I'm still sticking to my I ain't here thing. So I'm just, he's like, could you explain how, if there's anything specific? Because I did mention that if you go to do it, the way the tongue is so fucking, the spring in that tongue is so tight, if you pull the pin and flip the catch up, if you don't put the pin back in to hold the catch up, the fucking thing doesn't let go. It never has, like, ever. And I thought it was just seized up, and I lubed the fuck out of it. Nope, just doesn't let go. Like, I have jacked the ass into my fucking F-350 into the air. That thing doesn't let go. It's on or it's off. There's no, like, it's not a stuck thing, because I can reach in there with my finger, whoop, when it's not lashed, right? Like, fucking, I don't fucking know. But maybe it's just a me truck thing. Maybe no one else has that issue. But I always just tell them that, fucking, if you unhook for any reason, or, to readjust, or, drop the hitch, or, drop, on the trailer, drop the coupling or anything, like, if you unhook for any reason, it's not gonna let go. As I just worry, better safe than sorry. And if people don't have the issue, they don't have the issue, right? But yeah, he goes, oh, so I guess maybe put something into his head too, or maybe he just really doesn't fucking know, I don't know. And he's like, I just don't know how to unhook it. And I'm like, well, I mean, if you need, Google will pretty much steer you where you need to go, but if you'd really like me to, I can, write out the steps or something, or if you want, you can give me a call in a minute and I can fucking talk you through it. Oh, written would be good, because then I could follow them. And I'm like, okay. I mean, hey, if you don't know, you don't know, right? But I mean, you think you'd try to learn on the hook up thing, right? Like, I mean, but I mean, I guess he had no reason to say nothing. It was just late. It was, it was dark. It was late. It was windy as fuck, and we were both out there for a minute. And I happened to clean the plug out. I was just plugging it in. I was sitting there, and just ding, 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 right? Like, I mean, 2 chains and a pin. I mean, what do you? I mean, that being said, if you don't know, you don't know. Like, if you've never done anything like that, and I can defend it to a point, but then there's also a thing where it's like, if you are like around it in any extent, you should have picked something up. Like, I don't expect you to go into a garage and tear apart a vehicle if you've never had to change your own oil, right? Like, Then there's people that just don't know you got to change oil. That's a different conversation. Okay, write this out. So I set him up. And of course I don't know what to call anything that would visually, you know, like make it click for him. So I tried to dumb it down. I said, okay, so step one. There's a hook above the, like on the bottom of the feet. There's a hook on the bottom of each foot of the jack. This is right underneath the front corners of the actual deck part of the trailer. Pull the hook and step on the plate of the foot, and it'll slide down. Release the hook, and it'll latch. If this won't work out for you, like it doesn't want to line up or whatever, you know, this just saves time jacking up. It might not latch. It'll slide up to the next hole, whatever, as you start jacking it up. It's fine. It just saves you time jacking. You know, the extension, right? And then pull the small pin out of the fin-like part on the trailer, right above where the ball is. Like up above it, where it's latched. Pull the small pin out of the fin-like part above the ball, flip the lever up, the fin/lever up, and insert the pin again. Unhook the chains from under, just unclip the chains from underneath and unplug the wire. Fold out and crank the handle until it raises off the ball of the truck and you're free. I feel like it should work, right? Like that. I mean, you know, so I mean, that's kind of a bad example of saying, hey, that makes sense to you, right? But like, you know, it makes sense, right? Well, no, I don't think he knows how, like, at all. Is the thing, but like, so that makes sense, right? Like, if you visualize it, you get there, you see the hook at the feet, you step on, you know, you pull the hook, step on the plate, you know, fucking, it goes down, fucking. Then as for the, you know, specifically, what do you call that if people don't know? So then, what do you say? The fin-like part that's on top of where the ball is latched, right? You know, like that. It all makes sense, I feel. I just said about that. I tried to word it nicely, where it didn't sound like I was, you know, treating him like an idiot. Because again, in my opinion, is like, there's some things you just should know if you're going to be involved in doing it. But there's also, like, I mean, hey, if you don't know, you don't know, right? Like, at least he bluntly asked. Like, you know, that's respect for that, at least, right? Like, but I'm just like, at the end, I tied on. If if part of that doesn't make sense, you're going step by step, feel free to text a question, or, you know, or anything like that. Honestly, if you need to, for the visual aspect, if you Google it or, you know, search it on YouTube, it'll probably pop up and you'll get the gist of it compared to what I said. You know, you'll find a later duty, like any video that pops up will be like a later duty, like little car trailer, but, you know, you'll get the gist of unhooking it from the truck, you know. So it's like, you know, worst case scenario, if you have that kind of, you know, if it doesn't make sense or something, you know, Google it for the visual aid. And pretty much anything that pops up, I think, will at least give you the rough gist of it, and, you know, at least to get free kind of thing. And I made sure to clarify too, so he doesn't get stuck on trying to, like, step that out, and it slides back up, or, you know, depending how unlevel it is, or where exactly he stops. You know, if he's trying to put the fucking feet down to save on the jacking, it's like, yeah, if they don't, you know, if you do that and they don't stay down, they go up, just ignore it, like, move on. Where it fucking sits on the road there, usually it's kind of a little unlevel to begin with, based off of, you know, where you stop, where the trailer stops. You can get like 2-3 knot, depending, I guess, you know, what you're pulling it off of and how it's hooked up in the first place for height, but you pull it off and you can, you know, fucking get 2-3 notches down on one side of the foot, and the other one usually gets about 1 notch, so oh, it's so fucking slanted. I mean, hell, you look down the street, the way this town is, you fucking look down the street and they just never did anything about the fucking Like, the grass is slowly grown off of lawns and just grown over top of the fucking pavement. So you look and it's like, you know, you look at it and it's like, well, you look at it and it's like, there's the lawn, there's the sidewalk, and then there's like a foot strip of grass in the edge of the road, and you look further down and there's like a lawn. Well, and that's just it. Most of it doesn't have fucking sidewalks, but you look down to like somewhere else, there's a sidewalk, there's lawn, sidewalk, and there's like 3 feet of fucking grass. Like, you know, there's some spots where you look like if you were to park on the side of the road, you'd be like half up on the curb. And there's other places where if you'd look and you could just like normally park on the side of the road, you know, is how it would seem. So it's then this is the same town that fucking, you know, I get it, you gotta spend your fucking budget, but rather than do anything fucking useful, like, you know, have a couple, you know, spots patched or anything like that, this is the same town that fucking constantly has the streets fucking swept to blow their budget. A town surrounded by gravel roads and farmers. Like, you know, so... But, you know, you gotta blow your budget, but this is also the same. Well, this... you gotta blow... You just gotta blow your budget to keep your budget up, I guess, right? But fucking, the other side of that too is like, I mean, the only reason fucking the people that run this fucking town do is just solely because nobody would ever fucking... It's like, put it this way, the guy that was mayor for years was only mayor because, like, but don't get me wrong, the first guy, he was very, very competent. He was actually really good guy. Like, there was a major fucking plumbing thing. And what happened was it ended up being like fucking, it, you know, it was one of those things where it went out. So the fucking company showed up to them and, you know, said, okay, whatever. But it, you know, looks like it's out on the, it looks like it's out in the city part. So they go through the whole fucking thing of digging a trench out, fucking upheaving everything and this and that, whatever. Well, it turned out it was like 5 feet onto the actual property, technically, even though it was pretty much out on the fucking street, but it was still technically like 5 feet onto the property or something like that. And he just kind of checked the box and, oh yeah, it was our problem, and fucking, you know, put it on the tab because there was, you know, the spare budget and whatever. And fucking, you know, why saddle somebody with that cost, especially at the point where, like, you know, fucking half the road's torn up too, right? Like, you know, so it's like, it's got to get put, you know, that's got to get fixed, this, that, whatever. Might as well just put it all in the one bill, and so, you know, it's not gonna, you know, see, like, he was a good guy, but, and he was competent and everything, like, but I mean, he was like fucking 70, like, you know, he just, it was the point where he was just like, somebody else needs to run so I can just take my name off the fucking ballot, like, but yeah, but the problem was that, of course, the only other person that ran this fucking place is so, it's like so high school cliquey, and fucking, so of course, as soon as, you know, the only other, somebody else just ran just to run to, you know, so he could pull his name off the ballot. Well, I mean, now you'll never get them fucking out, and it's fucking them and their little fucking friends, and yeah, oh, let's go spend $5,000 on a fucking bench to put in front of the fucking office. Like, you know, get it, you gotta blow your budget, but, like, my god, like, and it's same thing, it's like, oh, now we have the town swept like 3 fucking times. Well, how about fix the fucking pothole instead? Like, you know, fucking same part of the budget, like, you know. But it's just shit like that. Oh, then too, fucking, they went through all this shit to fucking change the water treatment, and then they fucking went through all this shit to change the water treatment. It's just been non-stop fucking problems, and oh, we're gonna have this changed, so, you know, let's get, you know, Buddy's company to come do it, kind of shit. It's just now it's, oh, now the people they got doing the snow clearing in the winter are just fucking retarded. And what's worse is, aside them being, like, basically fucking incompetent across the board, it's also the fact that they've got other fucking contracts. So here's, like, bottom of the list. So it'll snow, they'll show up, they'll half clear it, leave piles and fucking rows absolutely everywhere, like right down the middle of the street, zigzagged, all that kind of shit. And then they won't come back for like 3 days because they go and they clean up all their other contracts. And then everything turns into a fucking brick on a, brick walls on a skating rink, and it's fucking everywhere, and half the intersections are fucking blocked off. Because they just cleared it one way, right? Like, fucking, they didn't break it through from the other directions, so you gotta... I mean, it's not bad, I'm right off the main-ish thing, but, like, you fucking gotta play this game of, like, oh, which intersection's open to turn left? How many lefts make a right? You know, that kind of shit. It's just, but it just fucking they're just fucking incompetent, but, that's, it's somebody knows somebody, and... Oh, it just fucking makes me shake my head. But you'll never get these fucking people out either now, because it's all their little fucking friends that, This place is so fucking stupid and cliquey. And the whole town smokes pot. Which, I mean, each their own, I don't give a fuck, but, like, just what are the odds? Like, the whole town smokes fucking pot. Might be a slight age gap. Just a slight one. We've had this talk like 3 times, and I keep telling you the numbers. I have 27 repeatedly. Yeah? Okay, why not? In what sense? No, because I hate people my age, and I grew up around my grandmother constantly. I sat here watching Three's fucking Company. I've never seen fucking Barney. Or whatever other Yeah, no, I never watched kids shows. I fucking... First car was a fucking 70s car, fucking... I had a record player, come on. My car still has an 8-track, and I use it. Or that one. I never could stand people my age. Same reason I never fucking bothered ever going to school. I couldn't fucking stand people my age. Felt like I'm talking to fucking... This was before everybody was some fucking flamboyant little trans kid a little bit too. I mean, now, it was kind of like that back then, but it wasn't, that bad back then. But, like, I just couldn't stand people. And then they're all fucking the same. And then, of course, that's the other thing, too. I never cared for the smoking and whatever, and drinking whatever, and doing whatever. And not that I had an issue with other people doing it. It's not my fucking life, not my problem. I really don't give a fuck. But, I don't care what the fuck you do. It doesn't affect me any. But, I never cared for that either. So it's, everyone's got to go get fucking drunk in a fucking... everyone's got to go get drunk in a fucking bush at some point. It's like, whatever. And that's the other thing too, like, and not that had a factor in it, but of course it creates a certain type of people, which is the only reason I necessarily bring it up. But then you get, this whole area was a lot of, daddy's credit card kind of thing. So, like, this one fucking kid, for example, he went and he got his license, and he went and he bought this fucking, one of those, like, what are those years for Chev? Like 78, 9, and then into the 80s for those Camaros. He went and he bought one of these, and it was a piece of shit. And fucking, had daddy dump fucking probably 20k into it easy. Fucking fixed it all up, had it all nice and shiny. Fucking got it dropped off or whatever, so when it was done, so he could drive it home from school, and he fucking pulled it out on the highway and went 1, 2, 3, 4 reverse and fucking blew the thing apart. And that happened twice. That happened twice. Dumped 20K into this thing, took it out there, ding, 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 boom, blew everything. Like, you saw it come out and go across the street in every direction, or across the highway in every direction, blew it apart, kind of thing. I mean, it was a full fucking floored 1, 2, 3, 4 fucking reverse, you know, like fucking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in reverse, maybe. I don't fucking know, but yeah, it fucking went right through and pop it went. And fucking off it went to the shop again, get some new fucking crate motor put in it, and this, that, whatever, and yeah, another fucking 15K easy, and fucking had it for all of 2 days and did the same fucking thing to it. And then not only bought the car, not only redid the body, redid everything, completely restored this thing, dropped all this money into the fucking motor, transmission, all these little soupy upgrades, then then blew it apart. So bought this thing like a $40,000 fucking event, blew this thing apart, threw another 10, 15 in it, blew this thing apart. You're like fucking 65-ish K into this fucking thing. Have blown it apart twice, and then not fixes it again and sells it. The kid took it to a fucking scrapyard. And then, well, this kid took it to a fucking scrapyard with daddy on top of that. So it's not like he did it that dad found it otherwise. But yeah, went and did this and then turned around. Vehicle is too fast. What? I'm standing here on foot and the game just told me the vehicle is too fast. I have wheels in my feet. Yeah, so after this happened, then went and bought a fucking like $100,000 truck and just trashed the fucking thing driving through the bushes. Like, it was just, and that wasn't a rarity case either. Like that was kind of the standard fucking thing. Like, so I don't fucking know. It was just fucking. So yeah, no, I had no interest in fucking talking to these people. And then it only got worse because then it was like, then it only got worse because then after high school it was like, I'm gonna, and again, each their own. Don't get me wrong. There's a value in it. This isn't the argument. We're gonna have the argument of if you're gonna go and you're gonna pay $50,000 for an art degree, kind of thing. Put your head down. Stop. But yeah, no, so then it was, on top of that after, it was, oh yeah, I'm going to go to school and I'm going to take this, and it's like, why? Like, you're telling me you're going to go to school, you're going to take this, you're going to complain about going to school, you're going to complain about having to work, you're going to complain about fucking student loans, this, that, whatever, and then after it's all said and done, you're going to sit here and you're going to complain that you can't make all this money because you got a fucking, liberal arts degree. Like, and then on top of it too, then the other people, it's like, oh, and it's not even just that. It's the people that went and they got degrees for, what's a great example? It's like the people that went and got a degree to be, I'm gonna stay with engineer. I'll see your engineer comment. I'll go something kind of down the same path, but not quite. Mechanics. You don't have to have a license to be a mechanic here. So why did you go and spend $50,000 at a minimum in 4 years and take out all these loans to take a mechanics class to get to be a mechanic, to 80% never fucking use it and just go into doing something totally different, or B, go and then try to apply, not to start your own thing up slowly, no, to go and apply and be a mechanic for another shop. Now again, you don't need a degree for this here. Even if you did, how do you hire people in these kinds of positions? You look at people and say, you don't hear, you don't. You don't need a degree to be a mechanic. Nope. You don't need any sort of certificate here to go and open a mechanic shop. Sask. Sask. You don't need any certificates here. Unless it Sask. Unless it's changed in the last like 3 years, you don't need any certificates here in order to go and set that up. No, I don't fucking sound like the people from around here or there either. But anyways, fucking so they go quit Ford. So anyways, they go and they do that, and then they start applying to other places. Well, you're not going to get hired because you have a degree. You're specifically not going to get hired because you have a degree, because everybody else that's applying has hands-on experience and can just, whatever. You're going to come in and you're going to expect, not that it fucking matters, but you're going to come in and you're going to expect $2 more because you have a degree, and you're going to have your fucking hand held through everything. Because you learned out of a fucking book or a guided fucking, actual layout of a course. Meanwhile, everybody else has hands-on experience, and so that degree literally says, do not fucking hire me. And that's true for a lot of things, whether you're going into your field or not. Because if I look and I see you have an engineering degree, I'm not gonna hire you to be a handyman. Because as soon as something opens up that you can, use that degree towards, or just because of basing it off of that degree that you went and got, if you're going to go do other things, you simply just not going to hire you because you're not going to stay. No. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know. That's what I mean. That's why I was very specific in saying here is a no. Like specifically here. Yep. Yep. Well, and see, and it goes both ways too, because like one thing for example, it's such a double-edged sword, because you don't need a lot of things, but then you do. And the problem is, it's like, for example, if you bring a car from anywhere else in the fucking country to here, it's a fucking nightmare. But if I take the car here and go anywhere else, there's no problems. That being said, automatically, if you have a car with a VIN for here, it's worth double. Like out the fucking gate in used vehicles, because but at the same time, and everyone goes, oh, SGI is so good because it's a savior because of this and because of that and because of blah blah blah. I that might be true in certain aspects, because, for example, but it's so backwards, because it's like, okay, because it's a government thing, it has to use certain policies and certain guidelines. So you're telling me something that is worth $5,000 here is worth $500 elsewhere, but those are the numbers we're working with, because you have to use the guidelines for there, because technically it's a government program. So now here, take this for a catch. For the longest time, they were trying to get people off of motorcycles. So here's the thing. If you go and you want to register a motorcycle, minimum $500 a month. Doesn't matter what you're riding. But if I go and get anything pre-1987, $10. Antique plates. And, well, see, yeah, well, that's what I mean. $10 a month. Oh, I get you. I never got into those. I was my taste in bikes is the same as my taste in everything else. I was the Goldwing type. It's a car. It's a car. It's a car. It literally has a four-cylinder car. But yeah. But no, it's but yeah, so fucking antique plates. So at the same time, okay, antique. Now here's the thing. Okay, antique plates, and it's so cheap because you basically just have all of liability and you're not overly insured. Now here's the dumb part about that. We say we're only going to give you X amount because you're declaring it's an old antique vehicle, so on and so on. Now take this as a catch. And I'm going to stick with motorcycles because of the prices are so wildly different. It's $500 a month minimum to go and plate a motorcycle. Now, let's go to antique plates. I can have antique plates for $10 a month. Now, because I have antique plates, I still have all of my insurance, my coverage if, something happens to me or an accident to somebody else, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm still all insured, all covered to the same extent. However, I'm basically declaring, because it's an antique, that I'm going to accept basically the amount of my... I'm basically going to accept the amount of my... what's the word I'm looking for? No, fuck, I just can't, I don't know why I'm having such an issue with the word. You get into an accident and you have to pay X amount out of pocket and insurance covers the rest. I know what I'm trying to say, I just can't get it off my tongue. Deductible, fuck me. So basically what they're saying is you can do this, you can have this super cheap insurance, however, your vehicle is technically going to be valued at the deductible. Okay, here's the thing though. $500 a month versus $10 a month. $120 for a year versus, So here's the thing. Now, I can go get a package policy that gives me even more insurance than the regular plates would have for $200 for the year. Not through anybody else that's private, even still through them. So now instead of having a bike that's worth, say, $5,000, and I pay $500 a month for it, I can have a bike that's worth $500 and pay $10 a month for it. However, I can go and get a $200 package and have my vehicle be worth $7,000 instead of the original $5,000 you would have given me. But make it make sense. Because that's everything with them. It's so fucking stupid. And I don't mean like the shit, like, I just mean like, it's like, oh, okay, we won't honor this, but like, we'll do this. And it's like, oh, but like, this doesn't work that way, but if you flip it this way, it works that way instead, but it no longer works this way. It's like, their fucking rules are just absolutely idiotic. And it's so stupid because so here's the other thing. What I mentioned about vehicles for being, what do you call it, on the antique plates, right? If I bring a vehicle here, and it so much as needs a fucking oil change, it will not pass an inspection. If I slam my hood shut and the hinge squeaked, it will not pass an inspection. However, as long as it's older than 1987, I can go buy anything from anywhere and just register it here. Zero inspection. Because it's an antique. I have seen vehicles that were literally brand new, driven straight here from the dealership, and they failed the inspection. Like, it's such a pain to fucking do shit here. But on the same hand, I can go pull a field. I can, heard that. But at the same time, I could go pull I could go pull a vehicle out of a field from halfway across the country that hasn't been plated since 1920, and I can go register it, not a problem. Like, it just, like, that's what I mean, like, the rules are so backwards. But because they've done this for so long now, they fucking, like, everybody argues that, oh, we're gonna change this, and everybody comes at them with bloodlust of, like, nope. Because you're still a crown-owned thing, so to speak, so everyone comes in and raises their opinion and says, nope, you're not gonna do that. Us as the people say no. And now they're at the point where every time they try to change a rule, it's some big fucking thing, because, you know, it's like people had a big fucking breakdown when so it used to be anything that was 15, or sorry, not 15. It used to be anything that was 30 years or old classified as an antique, or could classify as an antique. Well, because of that, and the rising of people using antique plates and then just getting a package policy and shit like that to counter off the insurance and shit, they decided, okay, we want to get rid of antique vehicles. Well, of course, that didn't fucking fly, with everybody, right? $10 plates. Like, that didn't fucking fly with people. So what they did was they finally settled on a thing. They said, okay, hey, we'll cap it at right now, this is years back, we'll cap it at 87. We'll cap it at 87, anything older than 87. However, we have to agree that we have to write it in, that every so many years we will go back and we will reevaluate and up that number by X amount, kind of thing. So it was basically, just to end the argument, it was basically, okay, so instead of being every year, it's like every 10 years, and then it goes up X amount of years. I can't remember what the numbers were, so they could offset it. It's like, and people for now didn't care because, oh, that'll more than outdo fucking their kids' lifetimes, so, sure, later problem, right? But, it's ridiculous fucking how they sort shit here. Yep. I'm gonna front on that spot.